What's going on? It's your boy baddog215. We back at it again on Need for Speed Payback. We're gonna start it up, pass a couple races, probably go online, probably go into session. I'm gonna showcase some of my cars I created, some of the paint challenges I got on some of my cars, and also, just a little bit of racing here and there. This is baddog215, Philadelphia affiliated Night Rider in the building. Let's get it. Yeah, right now I'm just trying to see what audio I can do as far as changing it around to see if I can get this microphone to act right real quick. Yeah, I can't figure it out right now, so screw it. Let's go back into so. Oh, this is all the new shot they got. Let's go to multiplayer. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave the campaign. Screw it. Let's go speed list. Hop straight into it. See my cars. I have the Koenigsegg Regera. I got the Porsche Panamera, the Turbo, and the BMW M4 is my drift spec. I don't really like off-road too much on this game. It seems a little flimsy to me. The Koenigsegg, I stay in this race car all the time. That's basically my money maker, even though I'm at 362. If I sold you all the race cars I had, it'd be crazy. Like, I got the BMW X6M, Mercedes-Benz AMG GT. I actually got a chance to drive this one time in my life. Never got to drive the Nissan GTR, but I have a lot of friends that that have them, and I have been in a couple of them. Gotten to actually go out to the Acura dealership and got invited to test drive this bad boy, the Acura NSX. Never in my life have I seen a Koenigsegg Regera. I hope to see one day. BMW M5. Have actually gotten to go and drive the M4. Never got to drive the M5 yet. I was supposed to go out to Devon BMW to test drive one. BMW S5 Sportback. Now, I like this one, but I really like the RS7. That one has a little bit better of a look to it. Once again, another BMW M5. Aston Martin Vulcan. Fastest, bad as hell. I'm probably going to get copyrighted because it has the Gucci logo on it, but screw it. Ford GT, never got to see that. Seen it on, I believe, what was it called? The Grand Tour. Best show ever. I haven't seen the new season yet. I don't know what's going on with them. Nissan GTR. Of course, you gotta have the old school Paul Walker one. Always gotta have that. And they got a couple of them on here. The Pagani. Just bought that car. Just bought it because I just wanted to buy it on this game. Haven't really test drove it out yet. I heard it's pretty good, but I never really played with it too much. I like the Koenigsegg a whole lot better because it's just one gear and I keep going, and I think it's like a hybrid, so it just stays in one gear. And of course, you got the F-132 customs from the first Need for Speed on PS4. Everybody knows that. This car is actually the best on Need for Speed, the original one. This one is kind of iffy. Jaguar F-Type R Coupe. I actually drove this car in real life. Thanks to the people at Range Rover Jaguar on Lancaster Avenue in Radnor, PA. Porsche 911. Actually, first time ever when I got to when I was working at the valet dealership. Well, not a valet dealership, it's a valet place. I was valeting cars, and first time ever I got to actually drive a manual stick shift was actually in a Porsche 911. Which is crazy. This is actually the Buick Grand National. I actually seen one of these in real life. At a dealership. They only wanted 15 grand for it. I think only had like 25,000 miles on it. Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution IX. I actually know a friend who actually went got into an accident with this car. Crazy story happened in Philadelphia just a couple past weekends ago. This is one of the loaner cars that Need for Speed gives to you just in case you don't have a supercar or a racing car, basically. Audi R8, I actually bought one. Had to. I loved Audis, love them all my life. I will actually be going to pick it up. A German car next week, which will be a Volkswagen, which is crazy. Lamborghini Huracan, another car I just bought just because. Of course, on the Murcielago. Actually, one of my favorite cars is the Murcielago, and I would say for this, it's just a loaner. That's it. Mustang. This is actually my first. I think it was either my first or my second car I bought in the game, and I haven't really done nothing with it since I started getting newer cars. I didn't know they gave you an Audi R8, but wow, okay. So I bought another Audi S5. I think I bought this one for a runner. They give you a Chevrolet Corvette Grand Sport. Didn't know that. I actually drove this car in real life. I drove it in manual mode. I did want the manual, the actual stick shift, but they're like, it's gonna be too powerful in first gear and this, that, and third. So I was like, screw it. Just give me the automatic auto manual with the paddle shifters on the steering column. So got into that, and all I can tell you is first gear it kicks out, second gear it kicks out, third gear is like their go-to gear if you just want to cruise around. M3 Evolution. Actually, I know a friend who actually has this car in real life. It is all yellow. It has yellow tint on it. Oh my god, the car is beautiful. Beautiful. The Mustang GT. I actually have this car. I never drive it, which is crazy because I just bought it because of the headlights in the front. Q60s are actually free. This particular Q60 was free, given out as a free DLC from Need for Speed. Mercedes-Benz AMG A45. I have no clue. Probably just a loaner. Yeah, it's a loaner. Never bought it. Probably won't never buy it. Now we're getting into the cars that I found into the map. Found this in the map. Did I find this one? No, I actually bought this one. Found this one on the map, of course. Volkswagen Golf GTI Club Sport. That was actually given to us for the deluxe package. If you bought the $80 version of Need for Speed Payback, you got the deluxe package. So therefore, you got the game, I believe it was 3 to 2 days early. It's cool as hell. The rest of these cars, Milan Skyline, GTR, V-Spec, 1993. Of course, another Paul Walker car. Dodge Charger. Whoops, I'm black. Oh, the same. This is actually both the same cars. Dodge Charger. Particular Dodge Charger, this one was actually featured, believe it or not, featured in the Dukes of Hazzard. I actually know a little backstory on the Dukes of Hazzard that a lot of people don't really know. Back when the movie was being filmed, they were actually looking for more of these cars. So when they had just released this car, they were actually in a helicopter. The movie producers were actually in the helicopter going around looking for people with this car. This particular orange colored car. This one actually I have is in purple, but the original when the movie came out was orange. This particular car, the movie producers were going out looking for this particular car in a helicopter. They would stop and pull people over from back and forth, asking them, can we buy your car? They would actually give them double what they paid for the car, so that way they can be featured in Dukes of Hazzard because of how many times they wrecked the car in Dukes of Hazzard, which was crazy to me. I didn't find that out until I think I watched some of the deleted scenes on the Dukes of Hazzard disc back a couple years ago. No clue. Another free car, Mercury Cougar. I just say, you know what? Let me put this as a little bit of a dunk. Big rims, all matte black, red rims, that thing. Volvo, I don't know why in the hell they gave us this car, but okay. Alright, that's all my race cars. I'm gonna take out to all my off-road cars. Of course, I just picked this car because everybody's running in this car. Don't really like it too much, so to off-road. Mustang, once again, everybody wins in this car. I have no clue how or reason why. X6M, I actually got that car because I liked it. I liked the X6M. I actually was going to get one from the BMW dealership because they just look super cool. The Plymouth Barracuda. Once again, I don't know how people win in off-road. I can never race in off-road. If I had to choose, I would pick anything else. Porsche Panorama Turbo. Love that car. Gold, just straight up sleek look, 4-wheel drive, like driving it. I think one of these Raptors is one of my police editions with the K9 on it. Yep, this one is. I actually put this, I got this, this particular skin for this vehicle offline. Some guy had already created it. Of course, I put K2 PA, K9 Unit 215 to protect and serve, state police, Fortune Valley. I had to put the K9 in because my nickname is K2, and you know I really like it. Like the American flag, 215 all the way around, red and blue. I think I actually have, where you see it very visibly, very faintly, is the red neon that's going in and out. It's pretty cool though. I mean, for what it is, it actually looks like a state police car, a state police truck, I should say. Then he got the, this was one of my first cars I used to just drive around when they first came out. Oh, excuse me. Volvo, I have no clue what I did with this car. I think I just took it back. This particular off-road Mercedes-Benz G63 G-Wagon. I love it the way it looks. I'm mad they don't have a street version of it because I would rather drive this around than anything else. I mean, just look at it. It looks sleek. It looks cool. It looks like it's just one of those cars you would like driving. Actually, this car is actually given to me by Need for Speed. I think it was one of the better basic cars they come out with. I never did really anything with it. I mean, it looks good. It looks like something that was the guy off of Fast and Furious would usually drive. The Rock Johnson. I forgot his name. Can't think of the name right now. It looks like something that he'll definitely be like he'll be driving. And then of course motor cars. Alright, so we're getting into my favorite mods of class on this whole game, which is drift racing. Of course, my Porsche. I think that was my second car that I bought, yeah, it was either my second or third car. And I mean, I put numbers up in this car. Aston Martin DB11, I bought this car because it looks sleek. Once again, that GT logo. Then I bought this Nissan GTR. Gotta have a GTR premium. I mean, it's a Nissan, it's 4-wheel drive. You gotta have it. Aston Martin Vulcan. I got this just to test it out. I didn't really think I was gonna get much out of it. Just got it, maxed it out. Mercedes-Benz AMG GT. Now, I played with this car a lot on the regular Need for Speed. As a matter of fact, this was actually my first high expensive car I bought on Need for Speed. After I bought this car, that was it. That's all I needed to buy. And I got everything. I mean, I completed every single edition there is. Lamborghini Aventador Coupe. Just looks sleek. I remember this particular this particular Aventador on Need for Speed Most Wanted. Oh my God, they had a cutscene for this car when they released it into the open for you to go down and capture. Oh my God, the cutscene was so sexy, you have no clue. And I just got that car just because. M4 GTS. Now you would see when we first started up, I had this as my go-to car for drift racing. Love this car. I can drive this car non-stop. I actually drove this car in real life. Whoops. Hit the circle button by accident. Let's go back to that car. Tell you a little backstory on it. So, believe it or not, I went to the BMW dealership on 202 in PA, right outside of Westchester, PA. And I told the guy, you know, I wanted to test drive the M4. He was like, oh, sure, why not? Now, a young guy like myself, I think I was only 21 at the time. We get out, and we get into the car. He pulls the car up, and I'll take a couple pictures of it, put it on Snapchat. I get in the car. I drive out the lot, drive up to the red light, then I start hitting all these buttons. So he's like, you know what you're doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm hitting the buttons. I turn traction control off, put it in sport mode, put it in the dual clutch mode with the paddle shifters on the steering wheel. And the first thing I do at the red light, now we're gonna make a left. As we make a left, I just go ahead and hang the tail end out easy. And he gives me that look like, what the fuck are you doing? Whoops, cussed. Oh well. And I was like, you know, I love to drive, and that's when he was like, yeah, you know how to drive. I was like, yeah. So I turned traction control back on to get him out of his little weak punk mode, and just drove the car like it was brand new. I mean, the German car, BMW really knows what they're doing with the M series. They always do for some reason. We're going on to Audi. Now, particularly about Audi, I have to also say this for the Street Race team, of course. I'm gonna probably link them in the description when I get a chance, and I had this video up. For the Street Race team, Audi 215, race us or chase us. That is their logo. That's their copyrighted logo. It's pretty cool. I like them a lot. I usually go out to the street races a lot, almost every weekend. It's pretty cool. Let's go back onto it. BMW M5, of course. I got this. This is one of my other beauties I love riding around in drift races for. I mean, it just looks sleek. That blue. I think BMW is the only company that does this type of blue on a car in real life. It's pretty cool. Corvette. Of course, I gotta have the Corvette. Drove it in real life. Gotta have it on the game. Maybe that's a drift spec, because I mean that's what I felt like it was in real life. I felt like it should have been a drift vehicle. SRT Viper. Got to see this in real life. Never drove it, but love to drive it. And you know, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's one of those cars that it always looks sleek no matter what. BMW M2. I have a backstory on this one. The reason I got this car, and the funny thing is, I never thought I was gonna put it as a drift spec. I thought I was gonna put it as a racer. I got this M2 because I remember I had took an Uber. So I'm ordering Uber. I'm out like maybe, I want to say Jersey. I was in Jersey at the time. And no, I was actually coming from work. I was at Cabrini University in PA, right up in Radnor. And I was coming from work, and this lady comes up, and I'm like, it's a BMW. She's like, it's a 2 Series. So on Uber it just says BMW 2 Series. I'm like, I know a 2 Series is like a coupe. So she pulls up to my job, I get in, and I'm like, this is a coupe. But she's like, yeah, you guys sit in the front seat. I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I get in the front seat, and I see M on the steering wheel. I'm like, is this an M series? She's like, yes. And she was like, there's only a couple of 2 Series. Oh, well, I'm thinking, I think she says, like, all the 2 Series of BMW are coupes, and they have the M Series engine in them. They won't say it on the design, but they do have the M Series engine in them, which was crazy to me. So I told her, because we're riding on, what was it? Was it 276 or 476, the blue route, and going back towards Folsom, Chester area of PA, Delaware County. I told her, once she get on the highway, she can gun it. And I'll lie to you not, we got on the highway at Radnor, and we got out past 2 exits, and I was like, yo, you can hit it. She hits it, we jumped from like 65 to 100 in an Uber. I loved it. Gave her a 5-star rating, gave her $10 as a tip. I love that ride. Best Uber drive ever. And I would never would have thought when she pulled up on me that it would have been, I was in an M2. That was crazy as hell to me, man. Crazy. Of course, Skyline, same thing. Mustang GT. Oh, same thing. Correct. Camaro Z28. Stunners Association. Got the Stunners in the building. Had to do a little bit of design on this. This is my personal design. Copyright. LOL. I had to do the big boy rims, the green, the mint green. That it looks modded as hell, and it's not. Oh my god, but it looks sexy. It does look. It has a sexy green look to it. Joyride Type R coupe, of course, gotta have it. Drove it, drifted down Lancaster Avenue, top secret. Mazda MX-5. I actually drove this one in real life. It's pretty cool to drive. It's one of those get to know type of cars. As you drive it, you get to know it more and more. Infiniti 260, of course. I drove this actually in real life too at the Infiniti dealership, and the guy was kind of, I would say, being a female dog about it, because he was more scared about me breaking the car in a little bit more than what I should be. I'm like, dude, it's a brand new car. When you test drive a car, you test drive the car. That's it. But he was being a female, so oh well, got out of it. Challenger SRT8, man, do I have a backstory on this? So, I actually got the Hellcat version on this one, and believe it or not, I was actually went to CarMax, and I had my buddy with me. I had my brother Joe with me, and I'm like, the guy was like, yeah, we got an SRT8, SRT8 Challenger. You want to take for a test drive? I was like, I could test drive an SRT8. He's like, yeah, sure, why not? And he brings it around. It's the automatic version, and the first thing I do when I get in the car is turn traction control off. So he's like, do you want to take the city route or the highway route first? And I was like, do we do both? He's like, yeah, sure, let's take the city route. Take the city route first. First thing we do, we get on the city, and we ride all the way down. I forgot what road that is, but we ride all the way down through the city, increasing your pressure. Then we hop on 76 on the way back. Now, as we get on 76, light traffic, I start going in and out of lanes. I start killing it. And I get up to speed. I get up to about maybe, I think we were doing like 140, 150 on 76, hitting towards the toll plaza. Now, he forgot to tell me to get off. So, right between the toll booths and the end of the divider in the middle was this big gap. Now, illegally, you're not supposed to make a U-turn. You're supposed to go through the toll booth and then get off at the next exit. He was like, if you want, I don't see that many people out here, just go ahead and make this left-hand turn. And I'm like, we're about to do a J-turn. And he's like, you know, I had to. I'm like, cool. So the first thing I do is I go right a little bit. I rev it up, turn hard left, drift it a little bit, hang my back end out, and then I start going back right again as my back end's out, and then I straighten back up, and I make a whole J-turn, go straight back up 76 to get off at the next exit. Lucky for me, there was no state police in sight, and that was the most coolest moment ever in my life. Like, doing that little J-turn in the SRT Challenger was cool. Never got to drive that. M3 just bought it just because. Of course, another Sonus Association design that I put on the car. Cool as hell. Need for Speed Sonus, Philadelphia affiliated, of course. Nissan 350Z. I think they gave us that car free. Porsche 911 Carrera. I don't even believe I bought this car just because. I don't even know why. And 346. I think this is just a regular loaner. Yep, just a loaner. R-Spec Aero. I actually don't know about this car. I've never seen this car, really. Nissan Silvia. Cool. Alright, let's get into it. Let's go find let's go find a casual speed list for right now. Get into it a little bit. like this one, but I really like the RX-7. That one has a little bit better of a look to it. Once again, another BMW M5. Aston Martin Vulcan. Fast is bad as hell. I'm probably going to get copyright because it has the Gucci logo on it, but screw it. Ford GT, never got to see that. Seen it on, I believe, what was it called? The Grand Tour. Best show ever. Haven't seen the season yet. I don't know what's going on with them. Nissan GTR, of course, you gotta have the old school Paul Walker one. Always gotta have that, and they got a couple of them on here. The Pukwani? Just bought that car. Just bought it because I just wanted to buy it on this game. I haven't really test drove it out yet. I heard it's pretty good, but I never really played with it too much. I like the kind of thing a whole lot better because it's just one gear and I keep going. And I think it's like a hybrid, so it just stays in one gear.
What's going on? Back in the session right now. Looks like they're in an event already. I'm just go ahead and test drive this car out just a little bit. I do have it in manual mode. I'm not the best driver on this game, but you know. Cause I feel like the physics on this game is like a little bit off. They're not as real as like I would rather play the crew. And I'm gonna download that game a little bit later. I actually have the disc sitting around in my room somewhere, and I'm gonna go ahead and download it so I can do a little bit of a live on there for you guys too. I mean, this car, you can get it and like just come down off the gears, downshift a little bit, go back to fourth, go to fifth, boom, gone. This thing is fucking fast. I need to just downshift. I learned the downshifting from driving the actual manual stick shift in real life. I think my first actual manual stick shift car was actually a Volkswagen 1999 Jetta 2.0. Dropped the stage 2 clutch in it, loved it. I mean, first gear, spin tire, second gear, does a little bit of a chirp sound. Oh my lord. And the engine was strong until I think I hit 277,000 miles where it actually blew up on me on 495. So they changed the physics on this game. So if you hit something now, you will actually lose all your points. Oh, look at that with Tangerine. Whoops, my bad. Really, dude? Like, and they say it gives you a bonus if you come in, like, if you stay in first place and whatnot. I don't really like to fight for first, because then you get into that fact of you might be hitting somebody constantly. So usually I stick my behind right in last. I get all the trace I want. And nobody wants to mess with you neither. I usually stay in fourth for most of my races unless I come up on a tight corner. I drop it back down to third. Like I drop down to third here, go around the corner, boom. Let's get back up to fourth. Got third place out of it. That's cool though. It did better, but oh well. Speed card. Don't need it, cause guess what? I think I got all three on all of them. Oh god. Event boating. So, Providence Wood or Liberty Desert? I'm gonna go to Liberty Desert. Hopefully nobody picks the off-road race. In my opinion, it sucks. Oh god. As you can see, I got the condensate. One thing about this thing, I actually got crashed, turned off right now, so I can basically crash anybody off the road, and they was, oh crap. Did I make it? Yep, I made it, but I'm off the track now though, so. One thing about this car, the brakes suck. I love how I actually upgraded my Wi-Fi to a Verizon fiber optic cord, so now I'm getting about 625 megabytes per second, even with all the congested Sony servers and whatnot. So everything runs a whole lot smoother online, and I'm also on regular Ethernet, which is actually crazy right now. I really want to upgrade to a better modem, or not modem, but you know, a router, because I have the stock Verizon router right now. It only really gets like one, I think, gigahertz, something like that, per second. One thing about this car, it handles so well at top speed, and the speed is so ridiculous. Like easy, I'm doing 250. I think it maxes out like 259 on this game for some reason. The funny thing is, he's having a little Ford Focus, and I'm actually just hauling right in on him. And he crashes a lot, and I can just pass him up, and he giving me like, bye. One thing about this car, it has unlimited top speed, so usually I try to go for races where I can keep that top speed and keep going. I always sell all these. I trade them in for my tokens. Go back to loading. So we got the No Fly Zone, Providence Wood, and Westway Stroll. I actually haven't played, I think, none of these yet, which is crazy. I think they're all new. I'm just gonna go finish rolling. They're all races, so I mean, worst case scenario, we're going to a race. Wow, so they're going back and forth, Providence Woods. I think I haven't played this race yet, but we're about to see how good it is in about 2 seconds. Let's get it. Oh, wow. See what I mean by I don't have my crash turned on, so it's not going to automatically reset me. I just keep going. So there's good and bad things about that. The good thing is, like say you crash into someone, it's automatically going to wreck them out. Especially if you're carrying more weight than what he's carrying. For me, I like it because when somebody tries to crash into me, they're thinking they're going to wreck me out, but in turn, they're going to just wreck themselves out. I just want to make them automatically reset. For me, I just keep going. See, the thing about this Koenigsegg, it doesn't really work too well on windy roads because it's really meant for top speed. Like I always can catch you back up to people, but they I'll usually lose them. Well, they lose me in corners, so. Woo! I was coming up. Had I got on the nitrous a little bit earlier than that, I probably would have caught them and got that third place, but it is what it is. We move on. So. Okay, so what's the last event? Cruise control. Of course everybody's gonna go to cruise control. Of course I'm gonna go to cruise control also. Alright, let's get it. I'm just gonna get on nitro straight out the hole, leave everybody behind. Had to be built right back up, hit it back on again. I'm going. Oh, fuck. Oh, it actually resetted me that time. The thing about my car is I have the top speed, these guys don't. I can easily hit 260. This car in real life, I believe, could do 270. See how he's trying to take me out? Because he knows that once I get past him, I'm gone. This car doesn't really have any acceleration on it. Good acceleration because it's all one gear. So usually while I'm going through corners and whatnot, it comes down a lot and it's hard to crab back up. That's why I usually got my nitrous all the way maxed out before I go into a real deep corner. Usually I hit the highway and just be cruising. Yeah, it's funny how I'm catching right back up to you guys now. Took second place again. Funny thing is, I haven't really played this Need for Speed Payback in a while, neither. These guys actually all have like low ranking cars too, which is funny.
Somebody's just driving a Civic Type R. That's crazy. Never seen that in a while. See, I only made $45,000 from those 4 races that I raced. Probably made double that because I kept selling my my speed cards. I believe that engine sounds though. Of course, I got the airbags on it. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the broadcast here, man. You guys have a great day. Philadelphia affiliated once again back in the building. Be safe and have a great evening. Peace.